I was just thinking because I came across a couple of really toxic videos and it prompted me to do this video today. What have men done to prepare themselves for marriage? I genuinely don't understand, because we always see these videos and these posts about, oh, women don't even cook or clean anymore. These women, they want to be hot girls. They don't want to do anything traditional. All they want to do is go to work and school, and that's a man job, and rah, 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 rah. That's all I hear, okay? A bunch of dogs hollering, but they don't have shit to holler about because it just doesn't make any sense to me. And a lot of these always stem to gender roles. And honestly, I do think gender roles are important to an extent, but I do not think anyone should be limited to what men should do, what women should do, and that's it. Any man can do what any woman can do, and any woman can do what every man can do. That's just my personal opinion on it, but I do believe, yes, certain things have to be done from a certain sex for things to be successful in a way, in certain circumstances, depending on the person, the culture, the relationship, and the goal of that relationship. But to be quite honest with you, it makes no sense how they expect women to always cook, clean, take care of kids, and nurture. Meanwhile, a lot of these men don't make more than maybe 50K a year, if that, because a lot of them don't make anywhere near 50K a year. They're uneducated, they're uncultured, they're ill-mannered, they're not raised correctly, quite frankly. They're genuinely disrespectful. They hate their moms behind closed doors, but they try to act like they don't, and that's why they hate black women all the goddamn time. And then on top of that, they can't do any manly things that the men back in the day can do. Okay, well, you want me to cook, clean, nurture, and do all of this goofy shit? Change my tire. Oh, you can't? Hang this shit on the wall. Oh, you can't? Put together this fucking coffee table. Oh, you can't? This shit don't make no sense. What the fuck is y'all niggas good for? Playing video games? Because I don't understand. This shit is not sitting well with me. Can someone please make me understand? Because I don't get it. Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. Welcome to another installment of The Real Talk. Today we're going to be talking about what men have done to prepare themselves for marriage, because at this point I haven't seen it, I don't understand, so I'm gonna need someone to help me down below to understand, because it's giving a woman gotta do everything, and I don't really like that shit. Now understand, a couple disclaimers: I'm in a very happy committed relationship and my man does everything for me. You guys have seen the vlogs. If you follow me on Instagram, it was just my birthday. He literally made me have the best weekend ever. He does so much for me. So this has nothing to do with my man, but of course y'all already seen the story times on this damn channel. I've come across too many dusties that just have ridiculous entitlement, and I'm really tired of it. I need to understand why these men that can't even wash their ass right think that they have control over what women can and cannot do. It really annoys me, the fact that I'm in a whole committed relationship with an amazing man that doesn't control me, but there's like other men out there that think they can control me. They'll be like, oh, why are you wearing that? Your boyfriend let you come out like that? Why did you do that? Why do you act like that? Does your boyfriend let you act like that? Bitch, I'm grown! Fuck you talking about? Like, I will call my man right now to beat your ass. The fuck is you talking about? Like, what? Bitch, shut the fuck up. Where's your woman? Do you have one? No, that's what I thought. Because you can't even fucking use a screwdriver. Malpropre, sans savoir. My God, ugh. And I know we've all come across these YouTube channels in certain communities where they're always talking about woman this and woman that, but it's like, but can you change the oil in my car though? Are you educated? Do you make more money than me though? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, funny enough, a lot of people be thinking that, like, especially when YouTubers get into relationships, the men or the woman that they're with are usually broke, or they're trying to, you know, use them. In my case, my man works a government job. He is very well off, and to be honest, he does make more money than me. So it's like, I guess I kind of have a what people would consider a high value man, or whatever the case may be. But to be quite honest with you, I realized, like, finding a black man in his 30s who has a bachelor's and a master's and has a government job with no kid is a fucking commodity. Like, I didn't even really think about about it until we started dating. I was like, oh, I have the definition of what these people be talking about. Like, okay. So yes, I lucked out. And luckily enough, we knew each other since childhood, so it wasn't one of those things where I had to like find him at fucking Starbucks or Trader Joe's or anything like that. So definitely, I love my man. He's great. Like, best relationship, least toxic relationship I've ever been in my entire life. Like, y'all know the hoops and bounds I had to jump through. And of course, a lot of it is about me clearly not using my discernment, being young, being dumb, and just, you know, giving people too many chances where, you know, they clearly didn't deserve. And of course, I know a lot of you watching this can agree with this too, but I feel like there's like a very, very heavy divide where it comes to what woman's expectations are and what a man's expectations are. It's really strange because it's as if they want us to do everything, but they want to have their cake and eat it too. Now, clearly for the men out there that are educated, that have a job that is, you know, capable of taking care of a family. Okay, I'm not talking about just yourself, of a family. Okay, if your wife didn't want to work, because at this point, to expect a woman to sit there and like cook, clean, bear children, nurture and all of that, and then all you do is go to work, yeah, I'm gonna need you to be bringing home a pretty penny. Like, I really feel so bad for a lot of women right now that are single, because I've been hearing horror stories that are like worse than anything I've heard before. Like, yes, there was always dusties, yes, there was always crazy ass females out there, whatever the case may be, but it's getting very, very like scary out there. And of course, women, some of us are dusty too, okay? There's some women out there that I just be like, I cannot, like the women that do expect to do absolutely nothing and expect men to pay their way in life, okay? They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to go to school, they don't want to go to work, they don't want to do anything, but they just expect the man to come and, you know, give them a 6-figure salary and just, you know, give them pussy all day. Understand, men, women, sex is not the only thing you need to offer. It doesn't matter how good that sex is. I do not care who you are. If you're watching this and you're only with someone because of the sex, please just leave them, okay? Go to therapy, go to church, go somewhere, because that is absolutely no reason you should be sitting there staying with someone. If someone doesn't value you as a person, if you do not value yourself as a person, you need to get out of that situation right now. You need to go and find what it is that you want to be as a person, who it is that you want to be as a person, what do you want to chase after as a person, because it's coming to a point where I just don't think anyone knows what they want to do anymore. I feel like social media is kind of like fucking up people's expectations. A lot of women I'm seeing, they want a hot girl summer for their whole life, but then like they want a high value man. Then a lot of these high value men want like housewives. They don't have housewife salary or housewife values. They just want women they can walk all over. They want women to, what do they say, submit, but there's nothing for them to submit to. A lot of these men won't even take a woman on a proper date, and they want women to sit there and bow down to their greatness, but ain't shit great at all. There's nothing to be, oh, okay, well, I'll relinquish all my success, I'll relinquish all my womanhood, as they like to say, to be with you. And it's very weird because I'm not understanding what people are not understanding with this whole concept. And I feel like a lot of it probably does have to do with the way a lot of men and women operate. I feel like when it comes to men, they do have a whole ideology where they have values, even though we don't understand it, trust me. I don't think a lot of it makes sense, but they have values and they have certain type of codes that they live by and they stick to it. A lot of men have this whole thing of, well, I said what I said even though my actions do not match what I said. And I've said it before on this channel, and just in case you didn't peep game last time because you missed that video, I don't even remember which video it was, but a lot of men, they can say one thing to you and do something completely different, and then all of a sudden, just because you're getting mad at them for what they clearly did to you that they know is dead fucking wrong, they're always gonna be like, well, I told you, well, I said this, well, you already knew this from the beginning because I expressed this to you. And it's weird because it's like, why do you think it's okay for you not to match your words with your actions? And it doesn't matter how much we bitch, cry, and complain about this. This is just how a lot of men are. Most men are like this. They can say, okay, I don't like you, I don't want to be with you, all I want to do is have a sexual casual relationship, right? But then all of a sudden, you know, now they're treating you like wifey, so it seems like you're in a relationship. You might have even met the family, so in your mind, okay, he said he doesn't like me, but he's acting like he likes me. I have fallen into this pitfall too many times, and when you get mad about it, when shit hits the fan, of course, rightfully so, you're gonna be like, how you say you don't want to be with me, how you say you don't like me, how you say this wants to be casual, but you're introducing me to your friends and your family. That don't mean shit, because for him, he says, I fucking told you I didn't want this shit. So, and it's crazy because to us, and honestly, I mean, realistically to the average person, it's like you doing one thing, but you're saying another thing. We kind of go by actions, right? And a lot of women, I feel like our downfall is the fact that we do not know how to not push our boundary. We will have this idea of, this is the type of man I want him to make this amount of money, I want him to have this type of job, I want him to have this type of education, but we're getting older, so we settle. We listen to society, so we settle. We're listening to social media, so we settle. So for us, it's like, okay, well, I know this is the type of man that I want, I know this is the type of woman that I want even. And just because, okay, well, I'm getting older, I'm about to be 30, I need to get married. Oh, a lot of people in my family are already married and I'm the last one. I don't want to look like I'm, unwanted or I'm undesirable. So I'm just going to like settle, okay? It's okay that he doesn't know how to read. It's okay that he doesn't have a job. It's okay that he didn't go to school. It's okay that he literally treats me like garbage because at least I have a man. And I feel like that's the key differences for a lot of men and women. Clearly this is not for everyone, but I see this way too often, especially with a lot of people in my life. Like they will literally date any and everything, and I just be so fucking confused because it's like, bro, like you have way too much potential to be doing this shit. And even a lot of men, I see a lot of men do this too, especially men in like foreign type of cultures. They'll just pick up anybody because they don't want to look bad. They don't want to look like, they can't afford to have a wife in many cultures, or they don't want to look like, they're undesirable or they're dusty, when a lot of times they are, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes there are really good men out there that go and just get, stuck in a situation because their culture says you have to be married if you get someone pregnant, because you shouldn't be fucking before you're pregnant anyway in these cultures, even though I think that's really unrealistic. But it is what it is. We've all seen these types of situations between men and women, and it really sucks because a lot of times these ideologies are geared towards women. They want women to do this and women to do that, and women, it's like, what do men have to do? Because I don't really see that many people coming at men about their salaries. I don't see that many people coming at men about how they're fucking and sucking everything and just leaving these kids out to dry. I don't see anyone coming at the fact that women can literally only have about a kid a year, but men can have 50 and no one says anything to him. Men can literally impregnate anything, literally, at any given moment. Have all of these kids spread across the goddamn world and no one says anything about it. But then like a girl, has a couple of kids and all of a sudden she's a whore, she's a this, she's a that, she's undesirable. But again, I feel like that has to do a lot with what we accept. A lot of us accept these men with 25 kids, and we need to put our foot down because they would never do it to us. You have more than one kid, you have one kid. A lot of men are not looking at you. They will leave you in the fucking restaurant by yourself and act like they went to the bathroom. They will dog you out in their group chats and say you all types of bitches and hoes. And it's even worse when you're a black woman because you're already undesirable to a lot of them. They already secretly hate their moms, so they see you, they see their mom in you. A lot of them secretly hate themselves. So realistically, when you're putting yourself in this predicament to have all these kids out of wedlock, and then on top of that, you're gonna pick up a man that has kids out of wedlock who wouldn't do the same for you, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. I feel like a lot of us have to reestablish our boundaries and actually live by them. We cannot sit here and just be like, oh, well, this is the type of man I want, but since the time is running out, or in the Haitians word, the calendar, okay? Haitians love to say, the calendar. Your calendar is running out. You still didn't get married? You still didn't have a kid? Your calendar is running out. Whatever the case may be, whatever it is in your culture, whatever societal pressures that you're feeling, do not just go and date someone. Do not just go and be with someone just because everyone else is telling you to be with someone. Make sure you hold these men up to a certain standard, because I don't understand why a lot of them think that all they have to do is like wave their magic wand that, y'all know what I'm talking about, that ain't even that motherfucking good just to get a bitch. And sadly, a lot of us have made it easy for them, okay? A lot of us have sat here and just accepted any and everything, myself included, way back in the day before my current relationship. We have accepted all types of goofy shit just to be loved, just to be in a relationship, just to not be alone, just to feel like, we were wanted. And I really feel like this is very detrimental, because at the end of the day, we teach our daughters this. The people that we unknowingly inspire actually see this and they think, okay, well, it is okay. We don't ask to be role models, right? We don't ask to be inspiring other people and influencing their decisions. But what we do as a collective does affect the next generation. What we accept, what we allow, what we continue to let happening is going to affect everyone around us. Not saying, okay, well, you living your life for other people or anything like that, because trust me, I don't live my life for nobody. I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, I am pretty mindful of the things that I do and the images that I put out there, because it's like, okay, yes, you want to have fun, yes, you want to live your life, and yes, you have to, do the wrong thing to get where you want to be. But as long as you realize what you're doing and you actually try to right those wrongs and try to be a better person every day, That's all that really matters. It's so sad because when it comes to a lot of these men, I don't think they really understand that a lot of things that they do is detrimental to these boys, because these boys are growing up seeing that these men are doing the bare minimum and they're becoming way more lazier and lazier by the fucking decade. It's absolutely ridiculous how so many men out there, especially black men, don't have an education, choose not to get an education, and all they do is spit a whole bunch of fucking fallacy bullshit all damn day. It's so irritating. Nothing bothers me more than the men that just go around like, hey sis, hey queen, and then they try to educate you on some fucking nonsense, foo-foo nonsense. You know, how you're doing everything wrong and how men are superior to women and this is a woman's role. Y'all know damn well y'all know what I'm talking about. You see these dudes every day on the bus, on the corner, shit in church. It's like, how are you in church trying to spit this fallacy to me? Like the Lord should strike you dead right now. Like, I'm sorry, that sounds so harsh. And a lot of us need to recognize that they don't have anything and start putting our foot down and demand that, you know, these men do things. And it's not even just men that we date, you know, all these little boys that we know, sons, nephews, all types of shit. We need to tell them like, yo, this is not right. You don't act like that. You don't do that. And a lot of it does start as childhood. A lot of people bring up their boys to be lazy as fuck. They let them sit on the couch and play video games all day. They wash their clothes. They cook for them. They don't teach them any type of life skills. These boys would literally die if it wasn't for a woman, because a lot of them can't cook shit but a fucking pack of ramen noodles. Doesn't make sense how a lot of these men rely on women but have such an easy time talking down on them in the same breath. Another reason I feel like this is a really big issue is because women have constantly evolved since the dawn of time, from not even being able to show our ankles, okay, to now we can wear booty shorts outside and it's not that deep. But then again, for a lot of people it is that deep. But you guys understand, right? There's so many things that women have had to go through, different types of movements, different types of laws that had to be instilled just for a woman to be able to fucking breathe, to be honest. Men haven't gone through that significant change at all. A lot of them have been able to just automatically go to work. Men have always been able to go to work, go to school. They haven't, well, black men in particular have not always been able to vote, but you guys understand, there is so many things that women have had to go through that has prompted change, that has influenced the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we survive in this world. And it's like, I feel like men haven't been forced to do any of that. So a lot of them are like kind of on this whole pedestal of, you guys have to adjust. We don't have to do anything. There's nothing wrong with us. There's something wrong with you. If you don't like it, you figure it out. And it's like, no, we need to really start putting our foot down with these niggas, because a lot of these niggas like to think that they could fucking have their cake and eat it too. Especially for you guys that are divesting and thinking that that's going to be the end all be all. I said what I said, and you know, a lot of people were mad. I really don't give a fuck. This whole white men savior complex is problematic as well. Do not think that just because someone's white that that's going to like do something for you. I'm really disappointed in the fact that we completely forgot what our ancestors went through. Yes, I understand the white people now are not the white people back then and so on and so forth. We are not our ancestors, but just the idea of relying on another race of person to save you is very strange. Love someone, be with someone because of their character, because of how they treat you, because they're genuinely a good person, not because, oh, that's a white man so my life is gonna be better. Like, that's fucking problematic, and anyone preaching that is also problematic. I said what the fuck I said. It's just very strange that a lot of us can't get on the same accord, especially in this newer generation, and I know it's gonna get worse. I'm actually very scared to see how this shit gets socially. Honestly, maybe it's not that bad off of social media, but I feel like social media does influence a lot of people, and that is why a lot of these things are happening and a lot of problematic situations are happening like all the time. We see so many people disrespecting one another, hurting one another, killing one another, just based off of differences. So of course, y'all, comment down below, what do you think about this? What did you resonate with that I said in this video? And most importantly, how do you see the dating world in the next 5 to 10 years? Because honestly, I am terrified. Like, I'm terrified for my kids. I'm terrified for the kids that I know in general, because I know this shit is not gonna fix itself. I understand some change. I understand certain types of gender roles do need to be instilled and stuff like that. But there's too many things where it's just like, no, I just can't get with it, okay? So with that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. Subscribe to my Haitian channel where I talk about folklore, voodoo, Haitian politics, stuff like that. And I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye!